Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Bingo.
10 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Dire team pick. Takis.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Dire team pick.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
5 Radiant seconds team remaining. ban.
Naga Siren.
Dire team ban.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Dire team ban.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Oh, let's see. Wait 1 second. So they pick techies.
Dire team pick.
Tide Hunter. Radiant team pick.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team pick. 10 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
You know what?
What?
How do you prove that they here? I think sometimes.
Sure, I mean, yeah, but you look really.
You'd have to make it. It'd have to be very.
You look really.
At the end, yeah, you'd have to look at the replays. That's interesting though, because it does have to be. Has to be conclusive completely.
Yeah, but if you look at replays and they're pinging like every single time, then it's a bit sus.
Silence.
Good luck using black hole.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
How is Ortiz part of every kill in that game?
The wolf shard, maybe.
What do you mean?
The Lycan shard.
It doesn't hit heroes, does it?
No, but maybe it counts as being near? No.
What kind of shit are you trying to pull? What are you trying
I
to
don't
pull
know,
out here?
does it not?
No, I think you
Not
just...
just the
10
shard?
seconds remaining.
No, how?
How?
If they're buff,
How?
yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Is that what it is, right? You
Yeah,
just,
it's definitely
Howl
just the
just buffs and then, yeah.
Dire team banned.
EK, interesting.
Dragonoid, yeah.
Ten seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Carry DK.
What punishes DK mid?
10 seconds remaining.
Razor?
Slark mid. Monkey King mid.
5 seconds
mean-
remaining.
You hit him.
Does it actually crush him now though?
I think Slark mid's pretty good.
Not as
You hit
much
him
as
a
it used
couple
to.
times and then you can just...
Yeah, just because UCS. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like DK can actually do a little bit better now because the level 1's not that bad. You just go stun and hit him.
Slark's pretty bad. But Monkey King.
Dire team pick.
Ooh. That's a good... That could have been a good like takeaway pick. I think that Shopify could have wanted that.
Oh yeah, for against DK.
10 seconds remaining.
5 seconds remaining.
Great.
The Sash.
Good
Choose
luck.
your hero.
This is nice. Actually, I like Shopify again. I like Lash a lot.
Ooh.
Ah, there's a Lash.
I don't like carry DK. Do you? Is it good? Carry DK?
Good versus Naga. I don't know actually, but it's carry Lash.
Was it?
Not bad.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Thank you very much. CBS Game 2 ready to go here between Shopify Rebellion and Blacklist Rivalry. Folks, what do you make of the approach this time around? Because Blacklist getting that Naga Siren pick out nice and early does give the opportunity, of course, for Shopify Rebellion to draft in regards to that. But as we heard about, the Naga's been pretty good for Blacklist.
Yeah.
You're going to be good here.
It looks tough. I don't know. Just because the 3 core picks, you know, I'm wondering how RTZ's gonna be able to do with that DK, but it's just the Lash versus Nagas. It's a hard matchup. I actually think this is a really good pick here for Abed. We saw him pop off extremely hard last game as his Puck. So I'm looking at him. I like their draft last game. It was a very kind of close game until that one big explosive kind of fight there, of course, from the end, but see how it ends up going down here. I don't know if we're going to see many black holes this game, right? There's definitely a lot of different ways to cancel. It's going to be difficult for him, but 3 cores just feel like they have really good matchups versus the Naga Siren kind of at all stages. So let's see if Blacklist, they can kind of, you know, the thing about the Naga Siren versus some of these longer cooldown heroes versus like Enigma, Tide, and DK, see how much they can actually play around it with just manipulating the map, with just splitting things up constantly.
Yeah, and do you imagine that Blacklist, they will again try and play this out in a similar fashion to last game, where they just try and keep it going and try and survive through the early fights that the Shopify Rebellion bring to them?
Sorry, I got totally distracted by the whole chat between them. I don't know, they said something about under the table.
Under the what?
I don't know, I got distracted. I'm so sorry, Owen. because you know we have the SCA versus SCA, so
We do.
of course we're gonna have a tons of little back and forth between the two of them there.
Indeed.
Apologies, what you asking?
Yeah, what sort of timings Blacklist are going to be playing towards, you know, when they have this Naga Siren? Is it going to be sort of the kind of go late, kind of slow things down that they were trying for in last game?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, their overall lineup does it enable them to do a bit more sooner this time, or is it the same again, running like sort of the Naga and like this Doom?
They'll probably have to play it a bit slow pace. I think Carl will be the dictator, how he does in the mid matchup and what runes, how he makes the rotations, because we did see an explosive game from somebody, you know, like Noob the other day. Noob just completely took over the game as a Primal Beast, but he was versus Pango, so like that's quite a bit of an easier matchup overall throughout all of the game, while Lash I feel like has a pretty okay matchup versus the Primal. So we'll see how much he's able to do, but yeah, I think it's going to be Blacklist kind of making space in the map, cutting things out, looking to play around cooldowns and stuff like that, but yeah, I do like what Shopify's approach is this time. The DK, the Left to Tide, really strong versus Naga at all stages, and even in the lane, like Tide, Saberlight will have in theory, should have an absolutely free time down here.
Okay.
Versus Silencer and versus a Naga Siren. Should be pretty big.
And what about top lane? I mean, there's DK in the safe lane. This can get bullied early by the power of the Techers and the Doom, or will RTZ very quickly get to a point where he's going to feel pretty safe in this top lane?
I would imagine he should feel pretty safe. He's got Enigma constantly pulling the lanes back. I think maybe if he just makes a mistake within like the first 2 levels, he could get burst down from the techies. But
sure.
Besides that, I think RTZ should be able to handle this.
Let's see how much Raven can get out of these early waves.
And let's see how mid goes. I think Abed's going to really take advantage of this matchup. I think he's just going to hit Carl, keep him low, and he's going to be... I think Abed's actually going to be like this pseudo carry in this game, besides just the DK. The DK is going to be like the supporting cast carry until he feels like he gets that big itemization. Abed's going to be the one dishing out all of this damage, because as they mentioned, yeah, you can get globaled, you can get doomed and stuff like that, but if you get your spells off first, you're gonna be that great answer to Naga all game as Cuckoo.
It's gonna be first blood as Saberlight is able to find him. I mean, already the strengths of this bottom lane from Shopify Belly and showing its head.
Yeah, they actually go for the Gush level 2, so they just saw an opportunity to kill, because Silencer is a pretty weak laner overall, I would say. Definitely always kill threat. As Saberlight got the kill, right? Yeah, so ring of health. Now he's completely... Yeah, he was already chilling, but now he's gonna be...
Yeah, he's gonna be super chilling. Gives a lot of freedom, I guess, for crit to sort of head elsewhere.
Carl, solo kill.
Oh, well, okay, Abed. Off to a very hot start here. Already going to be able to get a decent lead on the CS, getting the solo kill.
That's why they picked it.
It's a great start. I mean, yeah, as you said, the way that they get it in the end of the draft, it's going to have a lot of strengths in a lot of different parts of the game, especially when he's having a start like this in his mid lane.
And I actually am looking at like Blacklist draft. I think they're pretty reliant on aggression, really around Carl's game. So this is quite a bit of a slowdown here. He's 6-1, a kill already on Abed. It's definitely going to make it a little bit more difficult for him to get off the bat here. Abed's literally just hitting him. That's just how you play the lane. Anytime he goes in for a trample, you just lightning and stun right on top of yourself. Abed knowing the matchup perfectly. And yeah, Abed, the definition of popped off last game. Literally 0 deaths, part of like 90 or 85% kill participation or something like that. So. And in this game, yeah, as we said, versus the Naga Siren, it's definitely a really, really good pickup for him to be that secondary carry.
Yeah, top lane looks like indeed it's sort of fallen to the point where RTZ, he's more than happy to farm underneath his tower. There's very little they can do to threaten him.
Yeah, and it's just like they're denying quite a bit too. You know, this Enigma, it's always going to be very annoying.
Yeah, but they can keep this lane in a good spot, and yeah, you're happy to farm under your tower as a DK. Yep. RTZ is going to have no struggle hitting all these CS.
You don't apply pressure to Doom, but you're never going to apply pressure to a Doom in this lane, you know. It's like one of the most passive lanes I think you could have, a DK plus an Enigma, so they just want to be able to farm on the side of Shopify, and they most definitely are.
Has been slain. Radiant
What, a
structures
courier
are
snipe? What was
fireproof.
that? I guess it was on the way back after the Perseverance.
Yeah, I don't think I had anything on.
Yep, and the same build. We're seeing every single game, I think, on Time Eater. Almost every single game.
And you like this on the Tide?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually fine with it, except for if you're versus Rubik, because I've seen too many times with these Tides Ravage and then start channeling Meteor Hammer and they just get the Ravage stolen, so.
Mine.
But yeah, it's great this game because now they have an extra form of being able to apply pressure onto the soft lane, the tower, and it's great versus the illusions. It's actually amazing versus Naga Siren, besides just being good on Tide. Smooth start. for Shopify is crit. He's going to even just start. He doesn't feel like he has to even play bottom because his Tide's just going to be chilling there. He's just going to start getting stacks. So just get the stacks ready for the Lesh, get the stacks ready for the Tide, enable them to get that much extra farm. Fly, and they set up for him top.
Well, they are going to connect with the sticky. As they jump forward, won't quite be able to close him with the blast off, but the right clicks. Light. Okay, Cuckoo's turned up.
-2.
Easy.
And back through the other side.
Easiest +2 of his life there, Cuckoo.
That was funny. That has to feel so bad for the Enigma. Just like, wait, what the hell?
And one of those situations where he would have wished that he died sooner. Sometimes they would have lost a bit of it.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, the RTZ's like, dude, good job. Absolutely free farming up here.
Yeah. Very difficult for them to take him down. They're going to try actually with the Scorched Earth now, level 2.
Okay, I mean, he's got 13 wand.
It's true, he's kind of baiting a little bit, and Sticky will connect. I mean, they do respect the one charges there. You know, Tim's not opting to jump in with the blast off, knows that indeed there would be potential turnaround with the stun and the
mid lane.
Tower.
They want Carl.
They're trying to get in on to him with the catch. These two supports, Crit and Fly, put in the pressure. TPs have to come in. Cuckoo's going to be here to back Carl up. Make sure it's a little bit tougher for Shopify Rebellion to play aggressive. Carl should be fine. In fact, Carl, he charge in and means you just
pulls him
it
in.
up.
Radiant's middle tower
I mean, Carl, he went in for this quite aggressively. Fly's going to step back across. Can't quite get in with the Malefice. Over the river, Tim's. He'll jump forward. Crit. He'll manage to deny the DD rune, but Cuckoo, he'll say thanks for another +2.
They rally the troops. They bring 3 to mid just to stop this push, but a decent amount of tower damage anyway. 1,000 damage onto it. At least they'll get the kill onto this Rubik though.
Yeah, Hammer's done for Saberlight. Of course, had a very free time down with all the movements from the supports going elsewhere. Easy lane and can now start putting pressure onto this tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
Top lane. See if they can get RTZ, Carl. And with the onslaught, has the pulverized. RTZ turns with the Dragon Tail and try and get to the trees, but the tick damage of the Scorched Earth will be enough to take him out. Carl coming in with a hot move, yeah.
He needs to get these type of kills. He doesn't get the last hit, unfortunately, for himself, but yeah, he needs to get some type of kills with rotations to catch back up in this game because of how much the Lesh has been able to do versus him. Naga, though, is still getting that free farm, so, I mean, that's still really, really good. Abed, though, is going to go back up to the farm inside that triangle that was being stacked up. Oh no, lanes, I mean, kind of even. I would say RTZ 1,100 behind the Naga Siren. That actually kind of hurts. Well, even though he was getting those good last hits up there.
Sure. And not the sort of the easiest heroes to catch up and farm with. You know, a lot of it's going to be down to what having the team back him up, push for the objectives, get the tower gold.
Yeah, I guess
try and go for kills. The speed of Raven's farm is going to be much quicker.
Yeah, he's actually quite. I didn't realize 26 last hits. When did that end up happening? I guess when Fly ended up dying, he got pushed.
I think with all the dives,
everything. Yeah,
the dives coming in, he was sort of having to. He was getting chased around the tower, and he wasn't actually able to hit the creep wave, so missed out on a good few waves.
That actually is quite painful. You definitely want to have like very early good levels and stuff like that as a DK.
I mean, and again,
he might actually go down again. I mean, he's doomed.
He's not getting a lot of help up here.
He got the stun off.
Now coming in. The Sticky Mine connects there, in with the blast off. There's no saving RTZ. He's going to be surely going down again.
Denied.
He's out. Abed, can he at least find some kills in return? He'll try focusing down Carl. Crit and Fly, they're in with the control. They'll get Carl for this, but RTZ continuing to suffer with the focus, the Blacklist Rivalry, putting it onto him on that top lane. And Shopify Rebellion, the backup turns up, but it's just a little too late.
Concerns for sure for RTZ. The Midas definitely has to get queued up for him to catch back up.
It's Midas time.
Oh yeah.
Midas well by it.
So two core is definitely really struggling in this game. The mid laner from the side of Blacklist and the safe laner from the side of Shopify. What kind of repercussion that ends up causing is, as you said, Raven, level 7, he's going to be able to just super outpace this DK now at this point.
Then a lot of pressure, obviously, then falls towards sort of Abed and Saberlight with the start that they've had, right? Because these heroes, they are in a good spot right now. Saberlight's at the top of the net worth, and Abed just in those core matchups. A lot of potential to be had as a Leshrac this game. So they're going to have to do a lot to make up for the slow start that RTZ's had, where indeed with this Midas that's queued up, he's going to be playing for the recovery game, and he's not going to be wanting to join the fights anytime soon. No, I mean, it has to be really Saberlight going for these early tower pressure pushes, and he is getting them. Bottom tower is gone, mid tower is about to go down. 2 Crit actually staying around over the area here for a sec. Won't get punished for it though, as Saberlight. Now maybe Crit will get gone on. Yeah, he's gone. Telekinesis, doesn't matter. That's patience from Carl. He actually waited till the last word procced, so he knew he wouldn't get lifted during the charge. Nice play.
1K lead now for the side of Blacklist. And they're, I mean, they even get this top tower out of all this aggression too, which is pretty big for their lineup. Because if you look at their lineup, they don't push towers. So.
No, they hit creeps.
They hit creeps.
They hit creeps.
They're all about the farm.
And they're hitting creeps pretty well so far.
Sure
Raven and KP in fantastic positions.
Arteezy, I mean, very, very slowed down. He can't even, they can't wait for him to like farm stacks. I think Saberlight, yeah, he should take this stack here. Maybe later they can set up stacks for the Dragon Knight once he hits like the level 12 or once it gets closer to that level 12. But yeah, it's gonna be a slow recovery here for Artor. Power rune. It's gonna spawn top, Carl. Won't get the rune.
Deny fly, but he's gonna be taken out.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Cuckoo just shows up, doesn't even like get an attack off.
Yeah, he's loving it. It's one of those games where you can feel already as the silence. You're like, hey, I'm getting this in nice and early. We're gonna hit some big numbers today. That's the plan here for Cuckoo.
Greed. The greed will be good. AP Midas soon online.
And they'll go for a smoke, these two. Cuckoo, he's on the hunt for more in, and he knows that backing up Carl.
They see Arteezy.
They can go for this. You know, Cuckoo, he's got the 6, he's got the global, so that they can go for this, knowing that they'll be able to cover themselves pretty safely. I mean, against any sort of response that comes in from Shopify Belly, and Arteezy
could be in trouble here.
He certainly looks to be, as they're in with the onslaught, the pulverize. There's nothing to be done to save this DK. It's going to be another +2. Oh, wait, was he not close enough?
He was not.
No, he didn't get it.
He actually walked out of range of it.
He walked away.
Whoops.
Oh, wow.
He wants to give
a
some
bit of mercy there.
Mercy to Arteezy.
He was like, well, bro, this guy's a DK. You know, that's mean to steal the imp from him. He doesn't have much to work with anyway. He's only got 400 mana.
They popped the global to disengage here. Tim's, it looks like he's going to end up giving his life, though.
Dyer's
Right, a global kind of wasted there. I guess they get the Doom out, but Tim's ends up giving his life, and that's actually a decent kill bounty crit. He's able to get a good spell also. He got Blast Off. It's actually a very nice spell to get on the Rubik, especially versus Naga Siren. He won't really find Raven, though.
I mean, I was going to say, nobody seems to be finding Raven.
No.
Raven's having all the space in the world.
He has 130 last hits. Arteezy has 48.
But he will soon have a Midas. And Raven does not have a Midas.
This is true, but my goodness, that might be...
Who's the real winner there?
Oh, and that might be some of the lowest last hits I've ever seen on Arteezy. Honestly, that might be the lowest last hits I've ever seen on Carl also. Carl has 45. Carl's making it work, though, with the movement, so...
He's going to find crit.
Nice lift.
And also able to pick up a shield rune, and he's got a big scary Tident here ready to help out. In fact, Saberlight's just going to put the Ravage, set up for the hammer.
Do they have the damage?
I don't know if they do. Arteezy's trying to help out, but the blast off's there from Tim's. Carl, he's just able to walk away from this.
Well, that was awkward.
They'll have to turn and sell for Tim's instead. And Carl, he'll sort of bump back into them with a bit of an onslaught. KP, he's waiting on the high ground. The stop there, Doom and Pulverize onto Arteezy as Blacklist Rivalry. They bait them in. The black hole comes out.
This is so awkward.
It's not going to do a whole lot at all. Fly's going to go down. The net's there from Raven as they walk straight into that Shopify Rebellion. As Blacklist Rivalry, they'll be laughing all the way out of this team fight. As Cuckoo, he gets a good amount of it from that. I think he picked up a +6.
I think he did.
He's up to +12.
An absolute disaster.
They just went straight into it.
Why are they they use the Ravage, they stack the stuns, number one. They don't have their damage hero. They don't have their Lesh, and they're going for the absolute tankiest hero on the map. Yeah. That was a bold attempt, to say the least.
I guess they felt strong because they had Arteezy here, they had the black hole from Fly.
But Arteezy's like a support.
I mean, kind of heading blindly into the high ground. KP was there. I mean, to be fair to them, KP's pretty much been sat on the top lane, so a bit of a, this is the first time he moves away from it, but the perfect time to do so. They weren't ready for the Doom to be here, and now they lose the fight, and they've used their ults, they've used the Ravage, they've used the black hole, and all they got was a techies.
That was probably the most awkward spellcasting I've ever seen from Shopify, actually. Not having their damage dealer, using everything on the tanky hero, stacking spells, walking blindly up high grounds.
They weren't great.
An absolute blunder is Blacklist. They're gonna, like you said, they're gonna laugh all the way back home with that one.
They are. I guess this was what happens when there's a pesky silencer stealing as much int as he has from you this early in the game. They're losing the plot here. See what their next move's going to be, but now they're down 3k. Raven just continues to steam ahead.
That was devastating. Even Raven now getting involved himself. He's looking for Fly. Can he actually get the kill? Looks like he cannot. They need Abed. If they're going to go for plays, they need Abed. And Arteezy, is he going to go down again? He kills the mine. Okay.
Okay. He should be able to live. only just will turn, and we'll get Tim. So
He got the last hit.
nice bit of gold to be found there, and of course Midas is done. Get himself over to the creeps. Actually, there's no creeps near him. Okay, he can get over towards
He's
the
got
large
hard camp. Yep.
So he'll get the Midas pumping, and
Yeah.
now the recovery can begin for the Dragon Knight.
Slowly but surely. But yeah, I think for Shopify, if you don't have Abed there, you're never gonna have damage. Not for a very, very, very long time. Unless somehow he has like, I guess if Crit has like Mind Stolen on top of stuff too, maybe. But yeah, I think most of the times when we'll see these like Black Holes or Ravages, it has to be if Abed's gonna be there.
Yeah, they need this Lash.
Yeah. And Carl, as we said, he's making that road to recovery. Yeah, he hasn't gotten like almost any last hits in literally the last 7 minutes. But he's 4, 2, and 6. Every one of his moves are hitting.
Yeah, and
Another one.
look at this damage, just straight in, flies gone.
This is some nice stuff here from Carl.
Yeah, he knows how to push this hero to his limits, you know, and in a situation where he isn't insanely farmed. He can still just do so much with the hero with his core skills.
I love that him and Cuckoo are just literally running around. Like, they have a lot of damage. Do they have Doom?
They do.
Okay.
The TPs are coming in.
Another one.
But they're just swinging across the map, threatening Shopify Rebellion's heroes. I mean,
He's
they
fine.
get under the tower.
All right, he's actually okay. He has a pipe as well, too, so he's okay.
I mean, can they do anything in return? They're bringing further TPs in. Flies ready to come back over. They have got Black Hole back up in about 10 seconds. Ravage is there.
Okay.
They could try and force something against Shopify Rebellion, as this time Arbet is with them.
And Doom is on.
Oh, Cuckoo!
Whoop. Tumblers.
He's up to the high ground. It's good.
I really love Silencer voice lines, by the way. A good one there. Shopify claiming the high ground here, but yeah, have to play around Abed. Have to be careful how they use these ults. Oh, Doom on cooldown, so let's see if they try to take advantage of that a little bit here. They're going to push some pressure onto the top tower here, but only a very little bit. Arteezy, yeah. I mean, anything he can do to farm. He buys the shard, like any type of thing to try to
He's full
enhance
farm
his.
mode.
Yeah,
Full
he has.
farm mode here for Arteezy, at least until he has. I imagine after this, probably still going to be some sort of BKB first, just something that allows him to have a presence in the fights.
Yeah. If it was Skitter, I would say he's still probably just gonna do the Manta, but I think Arteezy might just go down that BKB route. Might just feel like it's necessary.
I mean, because the time is ticking in Raven's farm. It's not slowing down.
He's almost double Arteezy.
It's getting close to those numbers. Just 16 minutes in.
And damage, as we saw, is absolutely an issue for Shopify because of how shut down this DK. They're completely reliant on the Lesh damage, and there's definitely natural itemization for something like a Naga at this point when you're this far ahead. You can go hard, you can go back for Mage Slayer. Yep. That's something we used to see very common, especially from the one player I was mentioning, Skinner in particular, to be able to deal with this Lesh. That was kind of the TI meta.
I mean, I think that will absolutely be the case here. Yeah,
Yep.
Heart into Mage Slayer Bloodthorn.
Yep. Really, really strong pickup. They're getting stacks going, I see on Shopify, so they're trying their best. They're trying to set up for Arteezy to have the recovery outlet. It's still very, very slow. He still needs level 12 to be able to clear those stacks, too. Hippie? He'll be fine. Just a Lesh illusion.
Dire's middle tower is
But now the rest are coming. Black Hole.
Oh, he's going to try. The backup is here, and the global's out. The Black Hole will not secure a kill.
+2.
It's a dead fly, and it's going to be a dead Crit as well. As Crit stuck in the tree lines. Cuckoo just continuing his killing spree. His spree of stealing the kill. Of course, he's the carry, my friend. Look at him go.
18 int on this man. He didn't even use the global for the Black Hole. He was like, Lamau? Okay, yeah, good luck. My Doom has a pipe. He is surviving straight through that. Goku, confident.
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, you know, he's going to get the 4-star. If I was him, I'd be tempted to just upgrade that all the way to a Hurricane Pike, starting to start hitting those heroes, you
He's
know?
probably looking at his Tranquil Boots and he's like, damn it, why do I have these?
In on Carl, and with this BKB, not a lot that can stop this Primal Beast from just charging down anybody.
No, definitely not. Raven, he's actually killing the Butterfly for now. Maybe feeling like it doesn't matter. He already has the heart to tank through.
I guess he feels unkillable enough. I mean, with the lead that he has, sure, the damage at this point, at least from the other heroes, is not going to clear his illusions out very quickly at all.
No, definitely not. And this one, he can kind of just cut all the creep waves completely then. maybe not, don't blame him. He also has the Cobra bracelet, which is a pretty OP item on something like the Naga Siren for your illusions.
Yeah, and of course they only will ever have the magical damage. You know, there's nobody on Shopify Rebellion's lineup that's going to be buying any sort of true strike. Even if the DK did have farm, you know, that's MKB is not going to be coming out anytime soon.
He is queuing up the Yasha for now. I mean, it's the greedy route that he kind of might have to go. Just going straight for the Manta and going for the super late game Manta Aghanims kind of build rather than going for BKB and playing to try to scale. But yeah, 7k lead right now for Blacklist. Feels like they're just getting absolutely everything.
Yeah, it's a tough sort of hole to dig themselves out of Shopify Rebellion, so they've got to try for stuff like this, I guess.
Honestly, Carl has just been a breath of fresh air on this Primal Beast after, like we said, the hard lane. The ton of attention that they put onto him too. He's just made every rotation work.
They've got eyes on RTZ top. So it might be a bit too much to go in under the tier 2 for him.
They're bringing everybody up here.
I mean, they're happy to take a fight, Blacklist Rivalry.
They're way stronger. They're taking the tower.
Yeah. Shopify, what's their answer going to be? There's no Black Hole. They do have Ravage. They want to try for something, but the rest of Blacklist Rivalry, they're smoked up behind Raven. Raven's just going to be able to take the tower for free. Shopify Rebellion just not ready to put together a team fight.
I think Blacklist is really, I mean, they just know the only threat on the map is the Leshrac. Nobody else matters, really. They're just super fragile. They only do damage. Fly.
And he's trying to hide in the trees for, I mean, maybe some sort of a setup, but he didn't even have the Black Hole. There was nothing to be done there. Fly gets caught, and same to be said for Crit. Not too sure what the plan was there from the two supports, as there was going to be no chance of a fight going in their favor. It was just the two of them hanging around mid.
Is Arteezy even going to be able to get to the point of recovery? Is he going to even hurt this Naga Siren? It's literally going to get to the point of double net worth here for Raven. An Octarine now for KP2, so even more Midases, even more Dooms, etc. as another tier 2 to fall, and they didn't have to expend pretty much anything to get those kills on this tower. They're setting up for bottom to Abed.
So it was close as well there, moments sooner, and Carl, if he had the angle, would have caught him. Abed, I mean, really just doing his best to try and push these lanes out and get the farm in these more dangerous parts of the maps that, you know, Arteezy himself cannot afford to go for. Just trying to take what they can and be as efficient as possible whilst playing from behind and playing against a very scary lineup of Blacklist Rivalry that can pretty much kill any of Shopify Rebellion's heroes.
How many items does Arteezy need to really be able to fight? I mean, Ags, Manta... probably just the Ags Manta. Yes, you want your MKB and stuff like that.
Raven!
By Raven, there's a global available.
It's going to put that Black Hole immediately to a stop, and Carl's here ready to back Raven up. Fly's gone. And they're looking towards Raven. They've got the Ravage.
Where's the damage?
They can't threaten Raven. They'll get KP, but the Doom has been dropped down onto Abed. Raven's here as well to help finish him off. Can they find the deny? They can't. Raven gets the double. Cuckoo's turned up. He's ready for some in. The blast up from Tim's over onto the two of them. Carl and Raven perfectly fine. They can clean up more. Arteezy to fall. It's 4 dead on Shopify Rebellion.
More int for Cuckoo. They get the Lash. They get that Doom on top of them. Yeah, the Ravage connects pretty nicely, but yeah, Arteezy's he's a creep.
He can't do anything.
He literally does 0 damage to anybody. He actually did the most damage by far in the fight. Did 5,300, but everybody's kind of just still full HP.
And down the mid they go. Yeah, 3 dead on Shopify Rebellion. Raven with this, he's going to be able to push pretty fast with the Eagle Song. He's going to have the full butterfly coming out. 22 minutes in. Definitely one of the faster timings you'll see on a Naga Siren with this sort of build-up. Now they're smashing it so far here, Blacklist Rivalry in this game too.
Winter had faith in the Raven Naga Siren. I mean, Raven is definitely a master classer on these type of heroes, the TVs and Nagas. He's had all the space, and he's played it perfect. All right, when is Arteezy gonna be able to fight versus any of this?
I don't know. He's still a way off his Manta.
And he shows himself bottom. They're ready for him. Cuckoo's here. Kim's can't quite connect.
He's gonna be able to back off in time.
And they get time to just back up, reset, Blacklist, Doom, back up in 15 seconds. Can look to just kind of go again. And it's just so hard for them to ever take advantage of cooldowns because Carl, he just keeps catching heroes.
Fly, yeah. Not a chance to get away with this. He's super close to his Axe. 600 gold off.
What a game from Carl, really.
And the fact that he's, again, just doing it, you know, he's not got some flashy amount of farm at all. You know, he's low down on the net worth comparatively with the other cores, but just getting so much done as this Primal Beast, pretty much for the most part, with just the phase and the BKB alone. He's just known exactly where to hit. 8, 2, and 11. He's doing so much, and he's taking so little from the map, right? Giving all this freedom, all these waves for Raven to farm, for KP to farm. You know, he's been impactful without treading on the feet of his other cores.
It's beautiful, really. And the Aghanims build up, his item buildup is really natural, I guess, too. Right? Aghanims versus this Tide versus this DK.
Sure, yeah.
They were squishy already. Now they're going to be incredibly fragile, and it is a lot of damage as well, too, that we've been seeing from it. So, what is the recovery here for Shopify? Somehow Abed has to kind of not get doomed and has to be able to survive for what feels like a minute inside the fight or something, just dishing out damage entirely here. And yeah, Cheesy's just really far from having that item to be able to actually feel scary in a fight. 4k gold, and then maybe he'll be somewhat scary. But if he's farming 4k gold, that means this Naga Siren's probably farming 8 to 10,000 gold during that time.
Yeah, Raven's going to be close to a point where he can pretty much just summon his illusions, just a click down a lane, and he'll end up wiping half the team.
Yeah, they have no real answers to these illusions. Not with how big he is. He's just committing forward here.
Going under the twos. Gets in under the tower, takes out Fly.
He has no fear.
And what are they going to do about it?
Oh, he's like, I might want to go for more. Crit's got to be careful. The song's actually going to come out.
Oh, they're looking for that setup. They're bringing in the rest of them. They've got the catch onto Saberlight. Pulverizes there. Saberlight's gone.
Holy crap. All right, well, probably time to start thinking about the next game. maybe quite some minutes ago, perhaps, here for Shopify.
I mean, what would the plan be? I mean, you know, we heard from Winter, as you say, you know, saying how much you can trust in Raven's Naga to carry. It comes out in this first phase. Is there some sort of opening you can do to dissuade this, or do you have to even consider maybe a Naga Siren ban against Raven?
Maybe you do have to consider getting rid of it early on, because they did have the 3 core picks afterwards to answer, which they all kind of thought could look good, but it hasn't even existed because Arteezy's literally had no game. I mean,
could they have set up a better lane against the Naga Siren, or was this one not bad?
No, it's a good one.
Play out as well as it needed to.
No, I think they did. I think they did a good job. They took the tower early and stuff like that. It's just Arteezy was pretty much half net worth after the laning phase ended. Even though it looked like he was getting that good farm, his last hits, he just had like, what, 25 last hits compared to the Raven who had like 60. Things snowballed quickly from the rotations from this Primal Beast. It's a Rax.
And he's got the BKB coming out next, Raven, so...
Lord.
Yeah, still nearly 3 minutes left on the Aegis. So they could just keep pushing. I mean, if they want to stick around inside the base of Shopify Rebellion, I don't think Shopify Rebellion's going to be able to have anything to say about it.
Nope. And when is the call for them? I mean, maybe it's just like Abed farm BKB and then they try to go for a last hurrah of engagement, but...
Well, they have their Ravage and the Black Hole.
Get some stun here. Pipe.
So if they can even take him down the once, I mean, they can't. Oh. Raven's able to back off and heal up. I mean, they're going to be ready to go again. Blacklist Rivalry. I mean, if they want to, at the same time, you know, they're in a very solid spot and with fantastic heroes to sort of take this game to any sort of point down the road.
They can just cut the waves. Honestly, Raven can just sit in the mid lane, send 1 or 2 illusions to each of these side lanes, make sure that the waves just keep pushing it. They can just keep Shopify trapped inside the base at this point. Abed, he's going to have the BKB done, and let's see if they can try to fight one last hurrah.
They're going into the base. They get the jump on towards Saberlight and Arteezy. Saberlight immediately taken down as the mid tower's exposed. They'll pop the glyph. So something to be forced out there. And Raven did pop BKB for this one. Still has Aegis for a minute.
All right, here's the Dreamfly. The global's on cooldown. This is your moment.
It's going to have to be a walk up and Black Hole, though, of course. No blink.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty impossible one, but if there's any time to do it in this game.
Ooh, Raven. Sweet little dodge there of Abed's stun. See if they can take him down the once. This time round, they might get him. As, no, they won't.
Not even.
Forced back to safety. It's just a bait. They jump in with the blast off. The BKB's out from Abed, but he does get caught by the Doom. He'll try and run him down.
Ravage.
Just there onto the 4 of them. It's enough to allow them to take the Aegis out of Raven's hands. Now, do they have enough for round 2, though? That's the question. Because Carl's back into the pole right onto RTZ. Hold on, it's a 3-man black hole. Is there follow-up? There is not. As Carl's able to charge out, Saberlight, he'll come over the anchor smash, trying to block up KP's escape. The song is up, and Blacklist Rivalry, we will be able to reset without any sort of issue. And it was a situation as well, of course, both of those buybacks coming out, Saberlight buying back, RTZ buying back. They don't get anything with it, as Blacklist Rivalry, they're able to safely retreat.
Abed gets literally like full duration of the team fight damage onto everybody there. Pipe gets popped. Nobody dies. A great song to disengage. Literally as the buybacks come out.
They're playing it super nice and super safe as well. Not messing around from Blacklist Rivalry as they look to close this game up. 20k lead.
Too tanky.
And looking to be in full control of the outcome of this one. Well, see, this fight, some big ults were hit. We had like a 4-man Ravage coming out into this 3-man black hole. But when you're doing this against a team that's 20k ahead, the likelihood is you're probably not going to kill them.
No, especially not a Naga Sirens who's this big. With this pipe, of course, here from the Doom. Blocking pretty much everything there from poor Abed. Abed's 2-1-1 in this game, too.
He's trying his best.
He is trying, but TZ this time
had a tough one.
He had a real tough one.
This was a tough one. I mean, do you think with their draft as well, was the plan all along to have the DK in the safe lane, or was this something that was switched around during the drafting phase?
Probably was switched around a little bit and talked about and flexed, but
Tower is under attack.
I don't know if we'll see it again. We haven't got to see, we got to see some play, but it's mostly just, yeah, it's like Skitter who I've seen that has the most success on it, and
Dire's top tower.
This has been a tough one.
It's been just a really hard one.
Mid lane. Back to business for Blacklist Rivalry. Carl's in.
The jump.
He's going to get in with the jump, the catch onto Saberlight. He's trying to tank through it all. Will manage to get back under the towers. Global Stance is going to be popped here to put a stop to the stolen pulverize.
And they disengage again. RTZ, he'll cut the wave, trying to find some time to farm. Actually gets away with it. He's hit level 18. It looks like he's actually going to be able to get level 18 in Aghanims at the least, so he'll be able to get the itemization that he wanted. It's just at this deficit, yeah, just tickling heroes. How long of a fight does Shopify need to be able to somehow kill heroes? I don't know, it feels like it needs to last like almost like 90 seconds of continuous damage. They're gonna smoke up.
I've got Ravage, no black hole there.
Just cutting waves. Trying the best to try to get these lanes out of position here. Mid lane, it's coming in.
Blacklist Rivalry keeping their eyes on it, making sure that this doesn't get sniped by any sort of movement from RTZ.
Pulverize.
Creeps are coming in.
Pulverize is still stolen from Crit.
We've seen even if they get the lockdown on these cores, it's not an option to find the damage to threaten them at all. As this mid reacts, it's just going to be left to fall.
RTZ sends the illusions to cut the wave in mid. Doesn't get the whole wave. I got most of it. They have a wave top though. And they're looking to just end this one. Looking to get the mega creeps.
Yep. They've got to do something soon, Shopify.
TZ doesn't have shape. He doesn't have his ult though for 45 seconds, so they'll have to wait for that probably. But can they wait for that? Tower's dropping.
They have the ult, Saberlight. He was trying to cut the wave, but they've got him.
Farewell.
They have well and truly got him, and he is going to be out for 90 seconds, and he was doing this move without buyback available, of course, still on cooldown.
Oops.
I mean, either way, the game, it probably wasn't going to be going Shopify Bellion's way at this point. And Raven, he's in with the BKB. They're ready to close this up. Blacklist Rivalry as they kill off Crit. He'll buy back. Jump for KP. He's managed to get the jump in onto Abed. He's in with the stomp, in with the doom, blocking off Abed's retreat as well, allowing Carl and Raven to close in upon him. They'll try and get him back to the safety of the fountain, but they cannot do so. Abed's out, also without buyback. Blacklist turn towards RTZ. It is absolutely over. GG is called. That's game 2 for Blacklist Rivalry. We're going to a game 3.
We get blasted in game 3. The last 3 picks, Shopify, like you said, they seem to have this idea versus the Naga Siren. Yeah, it quickly did not work. I mean, that move in particular, I feel like down bottom in the river.
And that was rough.
That was the biggest rough one. They lost what, like 4 heroes. They used Ravage, stacked spells, and I think Abed probably looked at his team and he's like, guys, I'm not there. Why are you trying to make a move on the tankiest hero when you don't have your damage provider when we're trying to catch back up for Arteezy? Yeah, I think after that moment, the game very quickly spiraled out of control. This Naga-san Raven had the absolute utmost freedom.
I mean, it's 7-0-7.
To go literally anywhere.
7-0-7.
And Carl just owned.
I mean, yeah, Carl just making all the space in the world and just being backed up by the rest of the squad. 11-2 and 16 on this mid.